This is one of the darkest Star Wars stories I've ever heard, and it's actually canon. It's called The Hunt for East Koth. During the early days of the Empire, Vader hunted down most surviving Jedi with the help of Inquisitors, who also aided the Dark Lord of the Sith in finding Force-sensitive children that could potentially become Inquisitors themselves. This was the case for East Koth's daughter. Her father, a very well-known Jedi Master, was a member of the Council and fought in the Clone Wars until he defected shortly before the end of the Clone Wars, thus surviving the early days of Order 66 and starting a new life as a priest somewhere the Empire wouldn't find him. But the Empire did find him. When his wife Mira was delivering a child, Vader broke into his home and called his name. Eth tried to tell Vader he was no longer a Jedi, he was a priest and officiated weddings and funerals. But he knew he was likely doomed. He knew he was just stalling Vader long enough to allow his wife to run off with the child. Eth drew his lightsaber and battled the Sith Lord. As they dueled, Vader threw East Koth across the street, and it's revealed that he did not come alone. He brought Inquisitors and ordered them to get Koth's newborn girl. Mira managed to outrun the Empire, and as she boarded a transport and thought she was safe, the 13th sister force-grabbed the baby from Mira's arms as the ship took off. Mira was left heartbroken as there was nothing she could do to get her newborn child back. The Inquisitors now had East Koth's child and brought her to Vader. As the battle-worn East Koth turned around to witness his child's kidnapping, Vader took his chance and stabbed him in the back. After this, he took the child back to Coruscant and placed her under the care of two unknown masked creatures that tended to the baby girl. The Grand Inquisitor then briefed Vader on the remaining list of surviving Jedi. Many of them were very well hidden, and there was nothing left to do but wait until one of them would eventually slip up. And so the Grand Inquisitor decided the best course of action would be to continue with Project Harvester, taking more Force-sensitive children and training them to become future Inquisitors for the Empire. Even though we never learned the true fate of East Koth's daughter, I think we can potentially say she became an Inquisitor. After this, as far as we know, she was never seen again. And I guess it is quite possible she never ended up becoming an Inquisitor. She was never killed on screen or in a book or a comic, so maybe she's still out there somewhere. Maybe she found her father's good in her. As for East Koth, he was only another name in a very long list of surviving Jedi that Vader was determined to hunt down. This event apparently took place 5 years after the rise of the Empire, so there were still several more Jedi out there, still on the run and still in hiding.